Hi, a very good morning to all of you. Okay, as we discussed in the last session, जो पहला notification था regarding the CUET 2025, चाहे वो UG हो या PG हो, that was the first notification for the CUET exams in 2025, right? अब उस notification में, उस notice में, there was one important date which was 26th of December, right? 26th of December. Why? क्योंकि UGC asked for few feedbacks regarding both CUET UG and CUET PG 2025. ठीक है? अब why this is very important? पहली चीज, is it only for the sake of having few feedback or invitation to ask few suggestion from particular stakeholders, चाहे वो teachers हो, faculties हो या student हो, या do they actually mean it and क्या वो उन चीजों को implement करेंगे कि नहीं करेंगे? ठीक है? So the very first thing that can be noticed is कि in case of CUT UG, UGC did consult students from Delhi University. ठीक है, काफी सारे बच्चों ने in person in front of UGC they have shared their feedback about their experience for the exam of CUT UG. That means they are taking all the possible feedbacks very honestly. ठीक है, which also means that the process was honest, transparent, and it did took a good amount of time to conclude. ठीक है, so this is I'm talking in particularly about UG because that was available to be seen by public altogether कि how students share their feedback. Some of the students in particularly, like I mentioned, from Delhi University did share their feedback who are in their first years of respective courses, चाहे वो ऑनर्स BA इकोनॉमिक ऑनर्स हो या BCom हो, कोई भी हो. ठीक है, now 26th of December has passed. All the feedbacks, everything is done and dusted. Now comes the very important part, which is the notification. ठीक है, so it will be a deep analysis as to how they are going to go about it and when exactly we can expect the notification to come out. ठीक है, last year, if any of you have gone through the portal from the last year, so on 26th of December last year, the notification or the public notice came for the starting of the application. ठीक है, so last year 26 December को the registration the link got activated and you could start your application from 26th of December 2023 for 2024 का एग्जाम. लेकिन because this year they are asking for few feedbacks, few suggestions, so they kept the last date as 26th of December, which means they will take at least 1 or 2 weeks time to finalize everything and issue a public notice inviting the application for 2025 का exam. ठीक है, so you can keep a timeline of at least 1 to 2 weeks. ठीक है, because on 26 the date got over, they received multiple suggestion, feedback. They need to jot it down. They need to make sure कि जो भी feedback आया है pertaining to the pointers that they had asked for, that is duly taken care. ठीक है, जब feedback आता है, it goes through a rigorous process of consulting it with, of course, the subject matter expert जो आपका पेपर भी बनाएंगे, right? All the faculties which are on their panel to see how much feasible it is practically and also logistically. ठीक है, क्योंकि when it comes to a 90-minute paper, the scenario changes from 105 minutes, क्योंकि अब number of questions पे भी ध्यान जाएगा and also they will have to arrange multiple sessions in a particular center. So बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. So ideally they should take at least 1 or 2 weeks time. Having said that, completely depend करता है on UGC how fast they are able to do it, and based on that you should have the final application form to be opened at least by the first week, if not the second week of January. ठीक है, अब last year there was one thing कि CUET PG was before CUET UG, right? एंड द रीजन वॉज क्योंकि सीबीएसई के बोर्ड्स के जो एग्जाम थे दे वर रैपिंग अप इन द एंड ऑफ मार्च और फर्स्ट वीक ऑफ अप्रैल. ठीक है. Similarly, this year also, the CBSE boards exams are getting over on the same timeline, which is March end or April. Meaning, this year also you can see CUET PG exam to be appearing before the CUET UG exam. मतलब PG exam आपका पहले होगा like the last year itself before your UG exam. ठीक है. Last year CUET PG coming up in March was a surprise. ठीक है. It was a surprise. It was a googly because everyone expected कि CUET PG का exam will happen in the month of May or June. राइट. बट अगर आप यहाँ पे देखोगे दिस ईयर सीबीएसई डेट शीट जहां पे बोर्ड एग्जाम आर गेटिंग ओवर इन मार्च एंड और सॉरी हाँ मार्च एंड और अप्रैल. एंड वन सेकेंड या and this is from 2024. इसमें भी exams were getting end in March end or April first week. So the pattern will be followed इस साल भी कि PG पहले होगा UG बाद में होगा as expected because the date sheet for board exam is the same like last year. So इस साल भी they will follow at least timeline wise they will follow the last year. तो PG before UG, which was a surprise in 2024. No one expected it to be before the UG exam. Okay. Okay. Now, the date of exam. पहले था आपका application form कब खुलेगा and the second is the date of exam. Right? Considering सारा process is being delayed by at least a week or so. Right? Application form खुलने में अभी एक हफ्ता से 10 दिन है. Then of course you can expect multiple extension every year. हर एक एग्जामिनेशन एजेंसीज आर प्रिटी अवेयर कि बच्चे शायद फॉर्म ना फिल कर पाए, सो दे टेंड टू एक्सटेंड द डेट, लास्ट डेट ऑफ फिलिंग द फॉर्म. जैसे आप लास्ट ईयर देखोगे when the form started on 26th of December, the closing date was 24th of January. However, there were 3 extension. 3 बार लास्ट डेट एक्सटेंड हुई है. And to give you the final last date, the revised last date after 3 extension was 10th of February, right? So another almost 2 weeks extension was there on the original date, right? और जब 10 Feb को क्लोजिंग हुआ एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म का, ऑन 11th onwards you had your exam starting. ठीक है. Yeah. So 11th March was the date of the first exam. Right 1 month after the closure of the extension date. So what I want to tell you is in detail कि 7 to 10 days is the timeline I'm looking maximum for the opening of application form. And honestly speaking, agar UGC is very quick in the entire process, then they can come up with the notification of the application form by next Friday also. ठीक है. क्योंकि न्यू ईयर है बीच में, इसलिए वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग थोड़ा सा स्लाइट डिले टू इनकॉर्पोरेट द चेंजेस, टू फाइनलाइज देम. ठीक है. तो यू कैन हैव इट बाय नेक्स्ट फ्राइडे एज वेल और मैक्स टू मैक्स अ वीक आफ्टर दैट. दैट्स द मैक्सिमम टाइमलाइन कि आपका एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म खुल जाएगा. अब उसी सीक्वेंस में अगर हम चलेंगे, 1 महीने का दे विल गिव यू टाइमलाइन टू कंप्लीट द एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म. सो इफ आई एम अज्यूमिंग 1 second. Let me see. If I'm assuming that you have your registration opening up by best to best scenario by 3rd of January, ठीक है, तो they will give you 1 month's time frame, right? Which means original time of closing of application can be the first half of February. ठीक है. अगर मैं extensions include कर लूं जो कि by default होंगे ही होंगे, there is no way on earth कि हम सब टाइम से फॉर्म फिल कर लें एंड यूजीसी विल बी हैप्पी टू से कि नहीं वही लास्ट डेट थी. सो देयर विल बी एक्सटेंशन. द क्वेश्चन इज हाउ मेनी एक्सटेंशन. 1 एक्सटेंशन, 2 एक्सटेंशन, 3 एक्सटेंशन. मोस्ट लाइकली मिनिमम, बेयर मिनिमम 2 एक्सटेंशंस होंगे ही होंगे आपके टू फिल द एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म, विच मीन्स वेरी वेरी इजीली you are looking at a closure of application by mid of February. ठीक है. By mid of February application will be closed. And going by this scenario, you can expect 1 month's tenure in your exam, which means mota mota second half, or I would rather say late post 20th of March or 25th of March and first week of April. I won't be surprised if the date of exam starts from April onwards. ठीक है, बिकॉज चीजें वो थोड़ा सा टाइमलाइन थोड़ा सा इट्स बीइंग डिलेड राइट by 1 or 2 weeks, so you can expect your exam to be by post 20th March, 25th March, or by the first week of April, जो भी आपका schedule बनेगा. Because अगर आप notice करो, when the exam started on 11th of March this year, 11th of March, dot 1 month post the closure. So the last exam was on 28th. So they wrapped up the entire exam schedule within 20 days. ठीक है, तो 20 days में सारे subjects के exams हो चुके थे. So I expect at least 2 weeks delay on this date, which was 11th of March 2024. So you can expect a timeline of easily, one second. Yep, around 20th के 21st के आसपास you can expect. ठीक है. So overall, these are the timelines. ठीक है, और ये timelines are completely based on ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंट्स. कोई रैंडम बात नहीं, स्ट्रेट एज पर द डॉक्यूमेंट्स आपके सामने है सारी टाइमलाइन. कब फॉर्म स्टार्ट हुआ, कब एक्सटेंशन हुआ, कब क्लोजर हुआ, when was the date of exam and everything, and why was in 2024 for the first time, at least in the recent years, CUT PG का एग्जाम UG से पहले कैसे हुआ, right? That was kind of based, what I feel was based on the date sheet of the board exam also, and the same year it's being followed. So based on that, we are assuming the timeline would remain the same like last year. PG, UG, March end is the tentative timeline of your exam, which means January, February, March, mota mota you have dot 3 months to your exam. ठीक है. बाकी if you're lucky enough in case of economics, तो जैसे this year economics was on the second day itself on 12th of March. As you can see यहाँ पे 12th of March, CUQB 10, right? So बाकी some of the student उस time पे they thought कि at least वो last में होता around 28, तो आपको 15-20 दिन और मिल जाते, 10-15 दिन और मिल जाते. But that's not something in your hand. जब वो date sheet निकालेंगे, you might have it on the very first day, you might have it at the very last day. That's all speculative. ठीक है. It depends upon the subject matter expert and the UGC as well, right? So काफी changes होंगे. It's pretty much expected, right? And ये जो भी analysis है is completely based on official documentation. Nothing just haywire, कुछ भी उठा के randomly नहीं बोलना, because it might just create panic. What the best part out of entire thing is कि पहला कि you will get additional 1 to 2 weeks for your preparation. That is for sure as compared to last year. And secondly, time अगर उनके सारे feedback, which I don't think so, कि 7 feedbacks will be accepted duly, which I don't think so, honestly speaking. ठीक है, कहीं ना कहीं कोई ना कोई चीज आएगी that they will have to compromise on. But at the same time, all the 7 points are put forward by UGC only after a proper discussion. So let's see how much of the implementation is being done. But I do feel 90-minute paper per subject is something that we all can look forward to. ठीक है. एंड इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज जो रहेगी वो रहेगा पॉइंट 3 देखना कि हाउ डू दे एक्सप्लेन पॉइंट 3, which is all the questions will be compulsory and there will be negative marking. ठीक है. So that is something to be seen. I don't see हाँ अरे ये आपका, so the major pointers of discussion will be the duration, will be about the compulsory questions and the negative marking. right? Sorry, it's some features, that's why. ठीक है. So compulsory question, negative marking, duration, and lastly the journal paper. ठीक है. बट जर्नल पेपर व्हाट आई फील इज कि अगर उन्होंने इस साल उस चीज को डिस्कार्ड किया था इन 2024, क्योंकि इट वाज कंटिन्यूड फॉर ईयर्स. ठीक है, जनरल पेपर चल रहा था, पार्ट 1 कह लो, पार्ट ए कह लो, कुछ भी कह लो, इट वाज देयर फॉर ईयर्स. अगर उन्होंने इस साल उसको कैंसिल किया, सो देयर मस्ट हैव बीन सम रीजन टू डू दैट, राइट? बट व्हेन दे से they're gonna redesign it, वो उसको रीडिजाइन करने वाले हैं. आई डोंट नो टू हाउ दे गोना रीडिजाइन इट, इन व्हाट कंटेक्स्ट. ठीक है, किस कंटेक्स्ट में दे विल रीडिजाइन इट. और ऑल्सो the journal paper might not be there for all the subjects. ठीक है, when I say all the subjects, it might not be there for economics, it might there for English, वहाँ पे हो सकता है maths में ना हो, stats में हो, it can be anything, right? So there are 3 pointers on which there would be like a huge argument, huge feedback, जो they are going through it, and they will implement in the best interest of the students. ठीक है. So that's it from this session. I know there have been lot of speculation, but we need to also see the timeline, what has been the pattern like in the past, क्या reasons रहे हैं, क्या timeline रही है. That is something that we need to always look into before going into random speculations, right? And like last time, all this thing doesn't matter. They should not affect your preparation. आपको अपना syllabus complete करना है, आपको अपने questions practice करने हैं, आपको अपने past years करने हैं, आपको अपने mocks करने हैं, right? So there is no point, मतलब इन सातों में से ऐसा कोई भी पॉइंट नहीं है. या इवन द एप्लीकेशन का टाइमलाइन क्या रहेगा. हाँ, ऑफ कोर्स डेट ऑफ एग्जाम इज समथिंग दैट शुड बी इन योर माइंड, बिकॉज उसकी वजह से आप अपना स्पीड बढ़ाओगे इन कंप्लीटिंग द सिलेबस एंड ऑल. But apart from that, nothing should hamper your preparation. When I say hamper, it means you should be focused enough to carry on with the preparation on a daily basis. Of course, it's a new year time. You will have a break for a couple of days, but let's not get distracted because your exam is around the corner. जिस तरीके से बोर्ड वाले बच्चे अभी पढ़ने के जोन में हैं, you also need to get into that zone. I would say one final time at least for the PG students, because PG के बाद तो you will be sorted depending upon from where you're doing your masters, right? So just one final push. Of course, your semester exams are also over now or getting over in another week. So once you're wrapped up with that, just focus on your entrance preparation. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.